Just trying to iron out a few things on this build here with Starfire before I move on. I've almost gotten it down packed. I just needed to unlock these mods in the final slot to make sure everything was covered. Speaking of mods in the final slot, these mods right here are game changers. Let me tell you. Uh, these right here. See, Bungie be smart, bro. They know what they doing. Um, and the reason I say that right is because one of the things I look to every season is what kind of new mods we got, so you can make new builds and stuff. But the artifact mods play a big role into that, obviously, because they're seasonal mods, and you can kind of like break the game for a season, uh, more than likely. But they smart because they try to stop that from happening by doing stuff like this, right? Like by making this six, this five, this six, and this five, you'll never be able to combine certain mods, right? Like take for example, radiant orbs and razor precision. That will be so stellar for a combination, right? Picking up an orb makes you radiant, and then boom, while radiant solar precision final blows causes combats to ignite. And you might be like, oh, that ain't that. You know what I'm saying? That's you can still make yourself radiant. Yeah, you're right, but if that would have been if those two would have been five and you could put them both on, right? You could do that combination on any class because you just need to pick up an orb to make you radiant, right? And then raise the precision while radiant solar precision final blows. So you could be on void per se, cause a debuff, and then use a solar weapon. But because they made the stat allotment 11 total, right? It prevents you from doing that. And same thing with classy restoration and flame harvesting. So you'll never be able to combine like, you know what I'm saying? You'll never be able to do 6 and 5 together. But what you can do is radiant orbs and flame harvesting. And you know, picking up an orb makes you radiant, big whoop. But like I said, you can become radiant on any class with this mod, which is pretty awesome. And then flame harvesting, solar exotic final blows create solar elemental wells, which is okay, right? You know, you mean like, all right, well, I can make solar wells with anything. You're right, that's 100% true. But the beautiful thing is about those two mods, right, is where they are placed. Check this out. So normally, when you want to make a well mod, it needs to go here. There's almost like no exception, right? But both of these mods are placed in the class item slot mod, not the combat style armor mod slot. And because of that, you can combine these two together and make some really amazing builds. And, right, that makes this an extra +1. So where you generically would have to have a well maker, right? You would need a well maker, way to get charged, and then whatever the other 3 benefits of your build is, that actually adds a +1 to your build if you want to say take it off and put something else there. So yeah, food for thought, but I really think these two mods are game changers. And Artifice Armor this season isn't really like big whoops because most of our new mods fit in the class item slot, and because they cost so high, you kind of can't. I mean, you can fit them in some of your builds, but you can't get like the full-on shebang effect. But yeah, once you unlock those mods, I would definitely suggest unlocking them and playing with them because they're pretty good.